Have you noticed the subtle resistance that does not announce itself, yet lingers quietly against your peace, your clarity, your progress, not loud enough to startle you, yet persistent enough to weary the mind? When calm feels interrupted without explanation, when strength seems drained without cause, when your thoughts feel heavier than they should, this is not imagination. Psalm 70 acknowledges that opposition exists, but it also reveals something greater, that God does not ignore it, and he does not delay forever. This is why the psalm says, Lord, make haste to help me, not from panic, but from trust, not from fear, but from confidence that God responds to his people. Tonight, that cry is answered. Every quiet scheme working against your peace is losing its direction. Every unseen pressure assigned to slow your progress is being confronted by the presence of God. What has followed you silently is retreating without noise. The atmosphere is shifting gently. The weight is lifting steadily. What attempted to press against your spirit is loosening its grip. What was designed to exhaust you has misjudged the covering over your life. You are not exposed. You are not abandoned. You are not standing unguarded. The Lord is your help. The Lord is your deliverer. Even now, calm is returning. Stability is being restored. Your heart is being steadied without strain, without effort, without fear. This speaks to where you are. Remain here. Stay with this prayer. Let it settle deeply. You may gently like thee and write in the comments, the Lord is my help and my deliverer. Let that truth rest in your spirit as we continue under the quiet covering of divine protection. O Lord, my helper and my deliverer, I come before you with the listener held under your awareness, knowing that nothing within them escapes your sight. You are the God who discerns burdens before they are spoken, who recognizes weariness before it is named, who stands close when the heart has endured in silence. Let this moment be established in your presence, not with emotion, but with certainty, not with pressure, but with assurance that you have never withdrawn your covering. You have revealed through this psalm that it is right to cry out for help, that it is holy to ask you to act swiftly, because dependence on you is not weakness, it is alignment. You receive honest cries. You respond to sincere hearts. You do not turn away from heaviness. You address it. You confront it. You respond with wisdom and authority. You see what is hidden beneath routine. You see the weight that settles quietly. You see the pressure behind endurance. You see the confusion that lingers beneath calm speech. You do not dismiss these realities. You expose them. You confront them. You move against them with precision and order. Your word acknowledges that opposition exists, that discouragement can be planted, that confusion can grow, that delay can burden the soul. Yet your word also establishes something greater, that nothing opposing your will holds lasting authority. You govern with quiet sovereignty. You dismantle interference without disorder. You overturn resistance without chaos. So as this prayer continues, let it remain calm yet firm. Let it remain gentle yet authoritative. Let it remain steady yet confrontational against what does not belong. Because true spiritual authority does not need volume. It flows from alignment. It rests in truth. It moves with clarity. Where heaviness has been assigned unjustly, lift it. Where confusion has been introduced subtly, uprooted. Where discouragement has been reinforced repeatedly, dismantle it. Where unrest has been sustained quietly, establish peace in its place, not with disturbance, but with divine order returning. You are the God who frustrates what does not align with your will. You interrupt harmful patterns. You expose hidden influences. You neutralize spiritual interference. You restore what has been slowly worn down. You cleanse what has been clouded. You establish what has been shaken. You do this with precision, with holiness, with authority. For the one listening who feels surrounded by pressures they cannot name, let them recognize that they are not uncovered. You go before them. You guard behind them. You remain beside them. Every unseen influence exists under your authority. Nothing moves beyond your government. So let every burden that has lingered beyond its season begin to loosen. Let every obstruction that has stood quietly begin to dissolve. Let every delay that does not belong begin to shift. Let every tangled circumstance begin to realign, not by force, but by divine correction. Not by emotion, but by restoration taking effect. You are gentle, yet you are also firm. You are comforting, yet you are also a defender. You do not allow oppression to continue unchallenged. You protect without fear. You confront without cruelty. You restore without confusion. Your ways remain righteous even when your intervention is strong. And now, aligned with your truth, we declare that what has been disordered begins to return to proper structure. We declare that what has been scattered begins to gather. We declare that what has been delayed begins to move according to your timing. We declare that what has been drained begins to be replenished. We declare that what has been unsettled begins to stabilize again, because you are restoring what belongs to this life. Where peace has been eroded slowly, restore it. Where clarity has been clouded quietly, restore it. Where confidence has weakened under prolonged pressure, restore it. Where hope has thinned through waiting, restore it. Let restoration unfold deeply and steadily, rebuilding the inner life without strain, without noise, without confusion. You are the God who brings light into hidden spaces. So expose every unseen influence that has operated beneath the surface. Reveal the roots of heaviness. Uncover the sources of confusion. Illuminate what has been concealed, not to create fear, but to bring freedom. Not to overwhelm, but to bring healing. We align with your truth and resist what does not belong. We reject the atmosphere of oppression. We resist the persistence of discouragement. We reject the erosion of peace. We refuse the pressure of hopelessness. Not emotionally, but consciously. Not dramatically, but firmly. What does not originate from you holds no authority here. Let every unjust closure begin to yield to the openings you have appointed. Let every blocked path begin to clear in its proper time. Let every delayed answer that belongs to this season begin to emerge. Let what has been distorted begin to straighten. Let what has been misaligned begin to return to order. You are not the author of confusion. You are the establisher of clarity. Even now, without performance, without strain, without emotional force, we speak life over this listener. We speak peace into the mind. We speak steadiness into the heart. We speak renewal into inner strength. We speak restoration into circumstances. We speak protection over their path. We speak divine order over everything that has felt unstable. This prayer does not rise from effort. It flows from alignment. It does not depend on emotion. It rests on truth. It is calm, yet authoritative, gentle, yet firm, quiet, yet confrontational against what does not belong. It carries the steady authority of trust, the depth of dependence, and the stability of confidence in the God who protects, restores, and establishes his people. Faithful God, our refuge and our defender, you have declared in your word that you are our present help in trouble, and so we stand anchored in that truth, not emotionally, but firmly, knowing that your help is not delayed. It is active, it is precise, it is constant. You are the one who surrounds your people as the mountains surround Jerusalem. And therefore, no unseen pressure, no hidden interference, no lingering heaviness is permitted to exist outside your boundary. You have said that the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot overcome it. So we align with that truth now, and declare that every shadow of confusion loses its influence. Every lingering fog of uncertainty begins to lift. Every unseen resistance that has operated quietly is confronted by your light and rendered ineffective, not through effort, but through the authority of your presence. Your word says that you go before your people and make the crooked places straight. So we declare that every twisted path begins to realign. Every delay that has caused weariness begins to shift. Every obstruction that has confused direction begins to clear. You are not adjusting circumstances by force, but by order, restoring what has been distorted with calm precision. You have promised that you are our shield and our fortress, that you are our strong tower. And so we declare protection, not as an emotion, but as an established reality. Let the mind rest under that protection. Let the heart settle under that protection. Let the path ahead remain covered under that protection. Not because danger defines this life, but because your guarding presence surrounds it. You have spoken that no weapon formed shall prosper, and therefore we stand on that truth without striving. Let every plan formed against peace lose effectiveness. Let every scheme designed to disturb clarity fail quietly. Let every attempt to destabilize progress be overturned without struggle. Let your truth stand where interference has attempted to rise. You have said that you give peace, not as the world gives. And so we receive that peace now as an atmosphere, as a covering, as a stabilizing presence within the soul. Let anxiety loosen. Let inner unrest dissolve. Let the weight of overthinking soften. Let the mind be guarded as your word promises, by a peace that surpasses understanding. You have promised restoration, that you restore the years that have been eaten away. And so we declare restoration without panic and without haste. Let what has been lost be restored gradually. Let what has been weakened be strengthened again. Let what has been delayed be redeemed in time. Let what has felt broken begin to rebuild quietly and completely. You have said that you are near to the broken-hearted, and so we trust that no hidden wound goes unattended. Let every unseen ache be acknowledged by you. Let every silent burden be touched by your healing. Let every place where discouragement settled begin to soften under your nearness. You have declared that those who wait on you shall renew their strengths. And so we declare renewal now, not emotional energy, but steady endurance returning. Let clarity return to the thoughts. Let resilience return to the heart. Let stability return to the spirit. Let strength rise again without pressure, without struggle, without force. And still, this prayer continues without strain, without disruption, without intensity, but with grounded authority, resting on the truth that your word is not fragile. Your promises are not uncertain, and your protection is not symbolic. It is active, it is present, it is reliable, it is established. Ever-present God, our shepherd and our keeper, you have spoken that you neither slumber nor sleep, and so we rest in the assurance that your watchfulness over this life has never weakened, never drifted, never paused. While the mind has been weary, you have remained alert. While the heart has questioned, you have remained steady. While circumstances have felt uncertain, you have remained faithful in guarding every detail. You have written that you are the lifter of the head, and so we receive that lifting now. Where heaviness has bowed the spirit, lift it. Where shame has lowered confidence, lift it. Where silent discouragement has pressed inwardly, lift it. Let dignity be restored gently. Let hope rise again quietly. Let the inner posture begin to straighten under the care of your hand. Your word teaches that you set a table into the presence of enemies. And so we trust that even when opposition exists, you do not remove provision. You establish peace where pressure has tried to dominate. You sustain clarity where confusion has tried to enter. You provide stability where instability has attempted to linger. We do not strive for safety. We receive it from the one who provides it faithfully. You have promised that your truth is a shield and a guard, and so we lean into that covering now. Let every anxious thought be filtered through truth. Let every fearful assumption be corrected by truth. Let every false narrative lose influence under truth. Let the mind be fortified gently, not through effort, but through alignment with what you have spoken. You have revealed that you make a way in the wilderness and streams in dry places, and so we trust you to work where progress has felt impossible. Where the path has seemed closed, begin to open what belongs. Where movement has stalled, begin to release motion again. Where provision has felt distant, begin to supply what is needed. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but steadily and faithfully. You have said that you heal the broken-hearted and bind up their wounds. And so we bring before you every quiet place of injury. Not to relive pain, but to allow healing. Not to revisit loss, but to receive restoration. Let what was wounded by experience be tended by your care. Let what has been fractured internally be strengthened again. Your word assures us that your grace is sufficient, and so we rest in that sufficiency. Not striving to be strong, but allowing your strength to sustain. Not forcing endurance, but receiving endurance. Not pressuring the soul to hold on, but trusting that you are already holding everything securely. You have spoken that the steps of the righteous are ordered by you, and so we surrender the future without fear. Where direction has felt unclear, begin to order steps. Where decisions have felt heavy, begin to clarify them. Where timing has felt confusing, begin to bring peace around the process. We do not need to control the path when you are already guiding it. You have promised that your goodness and mercy pursue your people, and so we receive that pursuit now. Let goodness reach places that have felt untouched. Let mercy arrive where mistakes have lingered. Let kindness begin to reshape how this life experiences each new day. Not through effort, but through your faithfulness unfolding. And still the prayer flows quietly, steadily, grounded in truth rather than emotion, resting in trust rather than intensity, knowing that every word spoken in alignment with you is not empty, not symbolic, not fragile, but active, effective, and established in the unseen long before it is felt in the visible. Holy God, our fortress and our dwelling place, you have spoken that those who abide under your shadow are preserved, and so we remain here in trust, not striving to be safe, but resting in the truth that safety has already been established by your presence. Let this covering not feel distant, but near. Let it not feel symbolic, but real. Let the heart settle into the assurance that nothing approaching this life escapes your authority. You have taught that you are a wall of fire around your people, and so we trust that unseen protection is already active. Where fear has tried to suggest vulnerability, silence it. Where uncertainty has tried to weaken confidence, uproot it. Where the imagination has been drawn toward worst outcomes, cleanse it. Let the mind be fortified by the truth that you guard what belongs to you with precision. Your word reveals that you rebuke the devourer, and so we stand on that promise quietly but firmly. Where energy has been drained without explanation, restore it. Where progress has been consumed slowly, reclaim it. Where peace has been eaten away gradually, restore it. Let what has been depleted unjustly be returned in its proper measure, not through struggle, but through your intervention. You have said that you give power to the faint and increase strength to those who have none. And so we receive renewed strength now. Not emotional intensity, but endurance. Not forced courage, but quiet resilience. Let stability return to the thoughts. Let clarity return to decisions. Let steadiness return to the spirit. Your word shows that you break the snare that traps the soul. And so we trust you to dismantle every hidden entanglement. Where patterns have felt difficult to escape, loosen them. Where cycles have felt unbreakable, interrupt them. Where confusion has lingered through repetition, clear it. Let no hidden bondage remain concealed before your light. You have spoken that you deliver your people from distress, and so we lean into that deliverance now. Not expecting drama, but trusting in process. Not demanding speed, but trusting in wisdom. Let relief begin to unfold. Let pressure begin to ease. Let the internal atmosphere begin to shift toward peace again. You have revealed that you restore the soul, and so we allow you to reach into the deepest places of exhaustion. Where the soul has felt thin, restore it. Where joy has felt distant, restore it. Unclear, restore it. Let the inner life be strengthened gently, thoroughly, and completely. You have said that your counsel stands forever, and so we silence every conflicting voice that has competed for attention. Let your truth remain the loudest influence in the heart. Let every false narrative lose weight. Let every inner accusation dissolve under the authority of what you have spoken. You have promised that you are faithful to complete what you begin, and so we trust the process of restoration without anxiety. What you started in this life will not remain unfinished. What you initiated will not be abandoned. What you established will not collapse. And still this prayer remains steady, unforced, grounded in trust rather than intensity. Confident not because of volume, but because your word remains unshaken, your authority remains supreme, and your protection over this life remains intact. Lord God, our rock and our safe dwelling, you have shown through your word that you are a hiding place, a shelter in times of trouble, and so we settle more deeply into that refuge now, not as an idea, but as a reality, not as comfort alone, but as protection established around this life. Let the heart understand that safety is not something to chase, but something you already provide. You have revealed that you contend with those who contend with your people, and so we trust you to confront what rises unjustly. Where opposition has persisted quietly, address it. Where resistance has delayed progress, overturn it. Where interference has attempted to disrupt peace, silence it. Let no unseen force continue unchecked where your authority governs fully. Your word teaches that you are a righteous judge, and so we place every unresolved injustice into your hands. Where wrong has gone unanswered, hold it. Where unfairness has wounded the spirit, carry it. Where misunderstanding has lingered, resolve it. Not with haste, but with wisdom. Not with noise, but with precision. Let your justice bring peace rather than unrest. You have promised that you are close to those who call on you in truth. And so we trust that this prayer is not distant from you. It is heard, it is received, it is held within your care. Let the listener know that their voice is not lost in silence, that their need is not overlooked, that their faith is not unnoticed. You have spoken that you keep in perfect peace those whose minds are stayed on you, and so we gently return the thoughts to you again. Where the mind has wandered into worry, bring it back. Where thoughts have spiraled into uncertainty, stabilize them. Where attention has been pulled toward fear, redirect it. Let peace become the atmosphere within again. You have declared that you give wisdom generously, and so we ask you to release clarity now. Where decisions have felt heavy, bring discernment. Where choices have felt confusing, bring understanding. Where direction has felt blurred, bring light. Let wisdom rise quietly within, steady and trustworthy. You have shown that you restore what has been broken and rebuild what has been torn down. And so we trust you with the deeper places that have felt fragile. Where trust has weakened, strengthen it. Where hope has faltered, rebuild it. Where faith has felt stretched thin, renew it. Let nothing that belongs to this life remain fractured under your care. You have said that you guard the way of your people, and so we place the path ahead into your hands. Every step, every moment, every transition. Let what lies ahead be covered before it arrives. Let protection go before movement. Let peace accompany every change. Let no future moment be approached without your presence already established there. And still this prayer moves forward calmly, without strain, without effort, without urgency, rooted in the certainty that you are not only listening, but actively working, quietly guarding, steadily restoring, and faithfully sustaining every life entrusted into your hands. Everlasting God, our keeper and our sustainer, you have shown that you carry your people even to old age, and so we trust that no season of this life falls outside your care. Where weariness has suggested abandonment, correct that lie. Where long seasons have suggested delay, reaffirm your faithfulness. Let the listener rest in the assurance that continuity itself is proof of your sustaining hand. You have spoken that you are the vine, and we are the branches, and so we return again to connection with you. Where separation has been felt internally, restore intimacy. Where dryness has been sensed in the spirit, restore flow. Where prayer has felt distant, restore nearness. Let life begin to move freely again from source to soul without obstruction. Your word reveals that you give rest to those who come to you with heavy burdens, and so we lay down the invisible weights now, not in defeat, but in trust, not in weakness, but in surrender. Let the soul release what it was never meant to carry alone. Let peace settle naturally where strain once remained. You have promised that you are the one who heals all diseases and restores health. And so we place every area of the body under your care. Where tension has lingered, ease it. Where fatigue has accumulated, renew strength. Where imbalance has unsettled the system, restore order. Let wholeness be reestablished gently and thoroughly. You have said that you perfect what concerns your people, and so we trust you with unfinished matters. Where outcomes have felt uncertain, take authority. Where loose ends have created anxiety, bring completion. Where unanswered questions have lingered, bring clarity in the proper time. Let nothing remain unresolved outside your oversight. You have revealed that you make your people dwell in safety, and so we receive that safety, not as an idea, but as a lived reality. Let the environment around this listener become calm. Let their inner world become stable. Let their sense of security deepen. Let protection be felt not as fear-based awareness, but as settled confidence. Your word shows that you silence the enemy and the avenger, and so we trust you to quiet every accusing voice. Where condemnation has whispered repeatedly, silence it. Where inner accusations have replayed old failures, silence them. Where fear has tried to dominate the narrative, silence it. Let truth become the dominant sound within again. You have taught that you surround your people with favor like a shield, and so we trust that grace is already covering this life. Where rejection has wounded the heart, cover it with favor. Where doors have felt resistant, cover them with grace. Where relationships have felt strained, release gentleness. Let favor work quietly yet effectively in every space. And still this prayer continues in stillness, without strain, without effort, without emotional weight, grounded in the knowledge that your presence does not fluctuate, your authority does not weaken, and your care does not fade. Everything spoken here rests not on volume, but on truth, not on feeling, but on faithfulness, not on intensity, but on alignment with the God who protects, restores, establishes, and sustains his people. Righteous God, our light and our salvation, you have revealed that when you are our light, darkness has no place to settle. And so we trust that no shadow, no heaviness, no hidden fear is permitted to remain where your presence fills the heart. Let illumination continue to spread gently within, touching thoughts, memories, expectations, and restoring clarity where uncertainty once lingered. You have spoken that you go before your people as a consuming fire, and so we trust that what stands ahead of this life is already being prepared by you. Where obstacles have appeared intimidating, clear them. Where resistance has formed quietly, weaken it. Where fear has suggested retreat, replace it with steadiness. Let forward movement unfold without struggle, guided by your wisdom. Your word teaches that you rescue the needy from those too strong for them. And so we place every overwhelming situation into your care. Where circumstances have felt beyond strength, intervene. Where pressures have felt greater than capacity, support. Where endurance has felt stretched, reinforce. Let no burden remain heavier than the grace you provide. You have promised that you give songs of deliverance in the night, and so we trust that even in seasons that felt dark, you were still working quietly. Let hope begin to rise again. Let meaning return to waiting. Let assurance grow that nothing endured was wasted under your oversight. You have revealed that you make firm the steps of those who trust you, and so we ask you to stabilize every area that has felt unstable. Where emotions have fluctuated, steady them. Where confidence has wavered, anchor it. Where consistency has been difficult, strengthen it. Let the inner foundation become unshakable under your guidance. Your word shows that you lift the humble and bring down what exalts itself wrongly. And so we surrender every battle of pride, control, and striving into your hands. Let peace replace effort. Let humility bring rest. Let surrender bring freedom. Let every burden of self-reliance be released gently. You have said that you are a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. So we lean fully into that truth now. Where the heart has felt exposed, shelter it. Where the mind has felt under pressure, cover it. Where the soul has felt unguarded, surround it. Let safety be reestablished deeply and quietly. You have promised that you restore justice and bring righteousness to light. And so we trust you with every unresolved matter. Where fairness has been delayed, hold it. Where answers have been slow, guard them. Where waiting has felt heavy, strengthen endurance. Let trust deepen rather than weaken in the waiting. And still, this prayer moves forward without force, without urgency, without emotional rise or fall, steady like a quiet current, grounded in the truth that you are attentive, you are active, you are present, and you are faithful to protect, to restore, to establish, and to complete every work entrusted into your hands. Lord, Most High, our banner and our covering, you have revealed that your name itself is a strong tower, and so we rest beneath that name now, not as a symbol, but as protection actively surrounding this life. Let every thought, every emotion, every step forward be held within the safety of who you are. Let the listener remain aware that identity in you is already a defense. You have spoken that you fight for your people when they learn to stand still, and so we release the need to strive. Where the soul has felt pressure to fix everything, loosen that burden. Where the heart has felt responsible for outcomes beyond its control, release it. Let trust replace striving. Let peace replace effort. Let stillness become strength under your governance. Your word teaches that you scatter the plans of the wicked and bring the counsel of the nations to nothing. And so we trust you to quietly dismantle every plan that does not align with your will. Where strategies have formed against progress, dissolve them. Where intentions have moved against peace, overturn them. Where manipulation has tried to influence outcomes, expose and neutralize it. Let what is not from you lose momentum and lose direction. You have promised that you guard both our going out and our coming in, and so we place every movement of this life under your care. Every transition, every conversation, every decision, every step forward. Let nothing be entered without your covering. Let nothing be left unguarded behind. Let protection extend through every unseen detail. You have revealed that you give rest even in the presence of storms, and so we receive that rest now, not as sleep alone, but as internal quiet. Where the heart has been noisy with concern, quiet it. Where the mind has replayed worries repeatedly, settle it. Where the inner world has felt crowded with pressure, clear it. Let rest become the atmosphere within again. Your word assures that you uphold your people with your righteous right hand, and so we trust that even when strength has felt insufficient, you have been sustaining all along. Where endurance has felt fragile, strengthen it. Where consistency has felt difficult, support it. Where perseverance has felt thin, uphold it. Let no weakness be interpreted as failure when you are the one carrying the weight. You have spoken that you give beauty for ashes and joy in place of heaviness. And so we trust you to transform what has been painful into something meaningful. Where grief has lingered, bring comfort. Where disappointment has settled, bring renewal. Where sorrow has marked the memory, bring healing. Let transformation unfold quietly but thoroughly, without force, without pressure. You have shown that you are the God who redeems, and so we trust you with every moment that has felt wasted. Where time has seemed lost, redeem it. Where opportunities have seemed missed, restore purpose. Where regret has tried to take root, replace it with wisdom. Let redemption reshape perspective gently, steadily, completely. And still this prayer continues as it began, calm and unbroken, steady and grounded, not carried by emotion but anchored in truth, not driven by urgency but sustained by trust, knowing that you remain the one who guards, who confronts what must be confronted, who restores what must be restored, who establishes what must stand, and who keeps faithfully what has been entrusted into your care. Gracious God, our shield and our ever-present help, you have shown that your mercy renews itself each morning. And so we trust that every new day carries fresh grace, not recycled strength, not borrowed endurance, but new provision released by your faithfulness. Where yesterday felt heavy, let today feel lighter. Where yesterday felt uncertain, let today feel steadier. Let renewal unfold quietly with each rising moment. You have revealed that you incline your ear towards those who call on you. And so we trust that this prayer is not distant from your attention. Every word is heard, every sigh is understood, every silent thought is perceived. Let the listener rest in the assurance that they are not speaking into emptiness, but into the care of a God who listens fully and responds wisely. Your word teaches that you deliver those who trust in you, and so we place every lingering area of fear into your hands. Where fear has attempted to linger, remove its influence. Where anxiety has attempted to shape decisions, loosen its grip. Where worry has tried to dominate the heart, replace it with calm confidence rooted in your presence. You have spoken that you establish the work of the hands of those who commit their ways to you. And so we surrender every effort, every responsibility, every task into your governance. Where labor has felt fruitless, bring meaning. Where progress has felt slow, bring patience. Where discouragement has tried to follow effort, replace it with assurance that you are shaping outcomes beyond what can be seen. You have revealed that you guide with your eye and instruct with your wisdom. And so we open ourselves again to your direction. Where confusion has clouded judgment, clear it. Where distraction has divided focus, restore it. Where uncertainty has weakened confidence, steady it. Let discernment become sharp again, gentle but reliable. Your word shows that you uphold the humble and give grace to the lowly. And so we trust that humility before you is not weakness, but strength. Where the soul has felt small, remind it that it is seen. Where the heart has felt overlooked, remind it that it is known. Where worth has been questioned internally, restore a quiet awareness of dignity shaped by your love. You have promised that you do not abandon the work of your hands, and so we rest in the certainty that this life remains under your ongoing care. Where the journey has felt long, sustain endurance. Where patience has felt strained, supply it. Where hope has felt tested, reinforce it. Let the knowledge of your faithfulness anchor everything deeply. You have spoken that you are the God who answers, and so we trust that silence is never absence, and delay is never neglect. Where answers have not yet appeared, hold the heart steady. Where outcomes remain unseen, maintain trust. Where timing feels uncertain, deepen peace. Let waiting become a place of strengthening rather than weariness. And still this prayer continues gently and firmly, without force and without haste, rooted in the assurance that you are attentive, you are active, you are near, and you are unwavering in your protection, your restoration, your guidance, and your commitment to complete what you have begun. Faithful Lord, our keeper and our covenant God, you have shown that your steadfast love never fails, and your compassions never come to an end. And so we trust that even when circumstances shift, even when emotions fluctuate, your commitment remains unbroken. Let the listener rest in the stability of your character, knowing that nothing about your care is uncertain. You have spoken that you are our portion and our inheritance, and so we release the fear of lack. Where insecurity has whispered the provision is fragile, silence it. Where anxiety has suggested scarcity, correct it. Where uncertainty has unsettled the heart, establish confidence that you remain sufficient in every season. Your word teaches that you preserve the souls of your people, and so we trust you to guard the inner life. Where thoughts have been vulnerable, protect them. Where emotions have been exposed, cover them. Where the heart has felt open to pressure, shield it. Let the soul remain anchored within your keeping. You have revealed that you bring order out of chaos, and so we place every disordered area before you now. Where life has felt scattered, begin to organize it. Where priorities have felt blurred, clarify them. Where direction has felt unstable, stabilize it. Let divine order be reestablished quietly and effectively. You have promised that you satisfy the thirsty soul and fill the hungry heart with good things. And so we trust you to meet every deeper need. Where longing has felt unmet, attend to it. Where emptiness has lingered, fill it. Where desire for meaning has grown heavy, respond with purpose. Let fulfillment take root gently rather than suddenly. You have shown that you are a God who restores dignity, and so we bring before you every place where shame has attempted to settle. Where regret has lingered, cleanse it. Where self-blame has weakened confidence, release grace. Where wounds from past words have remained, bring healing. Let identity be restored under the truth of your love. Your word assures that you are the one who teaches our hands to be steady and our hearts to be wise. And so we trust you with growth. Where maturity has felt slow, continue shaping. Where patience has been tested, deepen it. Where learning has felt difficult, sustain the process. Let transformation continue quietly and faithfully. You have spoken that you are the God who goes with your people through waters and through fire. And so we know that no trial has been faced alone. Where memories of difficulties still linger, bring peace. Where fear of future hardship remains, replace it with trust. Let confidence grow that your presence does not withdraw when life becomes challenging. And still, this prayer remains unbroken, calm and steady. Not carried by emotion, but grounded in truth. Not driven by urgency, but sustained by trust. Knowing that you remain the God who protects what is yours, restores what has been worn, confronts what must be confronted, and establishes what must endure. Mighty God, our defender and our place of safety, you have revealed that you are a refuge in times of trouble, and so we lean more deeply into that refuge now, not as a habit, but as a conscious trust. Let every place of fear yield to confidence in your covering. Let every place of uncertainty yield to the knowledge that you are present. Let the heart remain anchored in the assurance that protection is sustained by you. You have spoken that you keep those who trust in you as the apple of your eye, and so we trust that this life is not overlooked, not exposed, not forgotten. Where vulnerability has been felt, reinforce security. Where exposure has been feared, strengthen assurance. Where doubt has whispered the protection is weak, correct that voice with truth. Your word teaches that you command your angels concerning your people to guard them in all their ways. And so we rest in the reality that divine protection is active even when unseen. Where danger has been imagined, replace it with trust. Where threats have been feared, dissolve them with peace. Where anxiety has tried to anticipate harm, quiet it with the knowledge that you guard every path. You have revealed that you are a shield around your people, their glory, and the lifter of their heads. And so we receive that shielding now. Where heaviness has caused the head to bow, lift it. Where discouragement has weighed on the spirit, lift it. Where shame has pressed inwardly, lift it. Let dignity be restored under the truth that you defend what belongs to you. You have spoken that you break the power of the enemy and bring their intentions to nothing. And so we trust you to confront every unseen influence that seeks to interfere. Where plans have been formed against peace, overturn them. Where resistance has tried to delay progress, weaken it. Where confusion has attempted to distort perception, clear it. Let your authority quietly prevail over every opposing influence. Your word reveals that you establish peace within the boundaries of your people. And so we invite that peace to govern every internal space. Where restlessness has lingered, settle it. Where inner conflict has persisted, resolve it. Where emotional turbulence has stirred, calm it. Let peace become the ruling atmosphere within again. You have shown that you are the God who restores paths that have been lost and rebuilds what has been broken. And so we trust you with every area that is felt beyond repair. Where hope has faded, rekindle it. Where direction has been lost, re-establish it. Where progress has been disrupted, restore momentum gently and steadily. You have promised that you watch over your word to perform it. And so we trust that every promise spoken over this life is not forgotten, not delayed without purpose, not abandoned. Where waiting has felt heavy, strengthen endurance. Where fulfillment has felt distant, deepen trust. Let confidence grow that what you have spoken will be completed. And still this prayer continues in the same quiet strength, unbroken, steady, without emotional rise or fall, grounded in truth rather than feeling, anchored in trust rather than urgency, resting in the certainty that you remain the God who guards, who confronts, who restores, and who establishes everything that belongs to you. Sovereign Lord, our stronghold and our unshakable foundation, you have revealed that those who trust in you are like Mount Zion, immovable and secure, and so we lean into that stability now. Let everything within the listener that has felt unstable begin to settle. Let every inner tremor of uncertainty give way to grounded confidence. Let the heart remain fixed, not because circumstances are perfect, but because you are faithful. You have spoken that you are a shield to all who take refuge in you. And so we trust that nothing aimed against this life can penetrate what you protect. Where fear has suggested vulnerability, correct it. Where doubt has suggested exposure, silence it. Where anxiety has suggested danger, replace it with assurance that your covering is sufficient. Your word teaches that you bring low every high thing that exalts itself against your knowledge. And so we trust you to dismantle every influence that has tried to rise above truth. Where false narratives have taken root, uproot them. Where lies have shaped perception, replace them with clarity. Where distorted thoughts have gained space, restore right understanding gently and thoroughly. You have revealed that you strengthen the weak and uphold those who stumble. And so we bring before you every place where the listener has felt fragile. Where endurance has thinned, reinforce it. Where motivation has weakened, renew it. Where perseverance has faltered, support it. Let strength return steadily, not as pressure, but as grace at work within. You have spoken that you give your beloved rest, and so we receive that rest beyond sleep, beyond physical stillness, into the deepest places of the soul. Where striving has lingered, release it. Where overthinking has persisted, quiet it. Where inner restlessness has continued, settle it. Let rest become the natural state of the heart again. Your word reveals that you direct the paths of those who acknowledge you, and so we surrender every future step into your wisdom. Where choices feel complex, simplify them. Where decisions feel heavy, lighten them. Where direction feels uncertain, illuminate it. Let guidance become clear without confusion, steady without pressure. You have shown that you are the God who rescues from hidden traps and unseen danger. And so we trust you to continue guarding what the listener cannot perceive. Where risks are unseen, protect. Where dangers are unnoticed, intervene. Where harm could arise quietly, prevent it. Let protection extend into every unseen detail of life. You have promised that you crown your people with loving kindness and tender mercy, and so we receive that covering now. Where harshness has been internalized, soften it. Where self-criticism has lingered, replace it with grace. Where emotional wounds have remained tender, surround them with compassion. Let mercy reshape the inner atmosphere gently and completely. And still this prayer remains consistent in tone, steady in movement, unbroken in trust, neither rushed nor strained, resting in the certainty that you remain attentive, active, present, and faithful, to protect, to confront what must be confronted, to restore what must be restored, and to establish what must stand. Merciful God, our shepherd and our eternal guardian, you have shown that your goodness and mercy follow your people all the days of their lives. And so we rest in the assurance that protection is not momentary, but continual. Let the listener understand deeply that they are not guarded only in crisis, but covered in every ordinary moment, watched over in every transition, sustained in every quiet season. You have spoken that you complete what you begin, and so we trust you with the unfolding of this life. Where uncertainty remains, hold it. Where timing feels unclear, govern it. Where progress feels slow, sustain patience. Let confidence grow that nothing entrusted into your hands remains unfinished or neglected. You have revealed that you are peace itself, not only the giver of peace, and so we receive that presence now. Let the atmosphere around this listener remain calm. Let their inner world remain settled. Let their thoughts remain anchored. Let their heart remain guarded. Let protection feel not like tension, but like rest. You have shown that you are faithful across generations, and so we trust that your covering does not expire, does not weaken, does not withdraw. Let the listener walk forward with the quiet assurance that divine care is not fragile, that spiritual protection is not temporary, that your presence does not fluctuate with circumstance. And as this prayer continues to settle deeply into the heart, let it also become a companion beyond this moment. Let it echo softly in the thoughts. Let it shape the atmosphere of the day. Let it remain as a reminder that they are not alone, not unguarded, not unseen, not unsupported. If this moment of prayer has brought peace to the heart, let the listener remain connected to it. Let them return again when heaviness tries to return. Let them share this space of prayer with others who may be carrying similar burdens. Let them stay near to what strengthens their spirit, what steadies their thoughts, what reminds them that God is present. Let gratitude quietly grow. Let trust deepen. Let faith remain steady. And now, as this prayer gently draws to its close, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. May his presence go before you, remain beside you, and guard all that concerns you. May your heart stay settled, your path remain protected, and your life continue to unfold under the faithful care of the one who watches over you without ceasing.